All right, man. We got off-duty cop mistakes a cigarette for drugs. We finna get right into this. It was about, man. Shout out to BP Cash. If y'all want to check out the footage without my commentary, go over there and check it out, bro. Simple as that, bro. Y'all see it up on the screen. There's all the body cam credits. Y'all see it up there on the screen, so y'all can watch any type of body cam footage you want. Just go on them channels, and I'm sure you're gonna find something that you like. But we're gonna get into this one, man. Make sure I'm gonna like something new, man. If you want to catch these body cam reactions live, y'all can follow me on Twitch. It's right here below. Y'all see DavidBWylin. And you can follow me on IG. It's right there at the bottom of the screen too. DavidBWylin 203. If you want to reach out to me over there. But we finna get into this one because it's 35 minutes, bro. This is the longest one. So I wanted to get it out of the way first. Because everything else we can push through. So we'll get right into this, man. Like I said, make sure I want to like up, bro. Appreciate everybody that showing love and support. Without further ado, let's get it.
He handed me a cigarette. Oh, my buddy Ronnie?
Is that, you talking about the...
Yeah, I work with him, bro.
The Cadillac?
Yeah, I work with him.
Well, the issue I got is there was an off-duty he was watching, all right, man?
Dude, all he handed me was a cigarette.
You're telling me the off-duty, what he saw was bullshit? You got ID on you?
No.
The off-duty could lie. Like, why do y'all hold officers to, like, they're just perfect people? Like, of course, other officers, y'all just see them as... And that's why I get it, bro. I get it. It's low-key ran like a game, bro. You gotta understand something. Just think of like this. If your brother, your homie, do something foul, they get called out on it. You gonna sit here and be like, bro, oh, that nigga, he ain't do that, bro. He ain't do that. Why? Why is that? Because that's your brother, bro. You ain't trying to see him get in trouble. But that's the same thing with police officers. You see how he holding that officer to, like, that off-duty to a high standard? He like, so you mean to tell me that this off-duty is lying on you? Be for real, bro. He can lie. It is not, it don't, just because you a cop don't mean you don't lie.
You can't just walk up on me and ask me my ID.
I have enough PC to talk to you.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Hey,
He got enough PC. He said he got enough probable cause to ask him for it. Damn, buddy walked up kind of hostile, bro. Look. That man head shining too.
Dude, don't touch me, bro.
I've already talked to an off-duty.
What does that have to do with the fact that that guy handed me a cigarette?
It does not. It's not what he saw. He's plain as day what he saw. He's like, you won't give me his ID or nothing. He's like, I ain't do shit. Supervisor out here, all this other bullshit. White bag, a baggie full of white stuff.
Search this car if you want to. I don't want you to, but you can search this car if you want to. I ain't give him nothing. He ain't give me nothing.
Dude, leave me alone. Ah, dude, knock it off. Dude, you just grabbed my nut, bro. Part of a search.
But where's the? I want to find this bag though.
What bag?
If you have it on you, might as well just cough it up.
You guys just searched the family, bro. You guys grabbed my nuts and everything. I don't have anything.
Stash it and between your legs or down in your.
No, dude.
The bad, the worst, the ugly.
No.
Some days my damn ad block work. Some days it don't.
What's good, YouTube? It's BB back in with another video and another reaction. And in today's video is from the St. Clair County Sheriff Office over there in Michigan.
Damn,
Where you
I'm about
have
to
to
react
say,
to a
Patrick?
reactor, bro.
You handed me a cigarette.
Shit, we all reacting, bro.
So and this one's 23 minutes long, and he's a criminal lawyer, so it's cool. He gonna break shit down that that we might not understand too much because we not in law.
Come up and violate my rights.
I'm not violating your
Yes,
rights.
you are.
I got enough PC here to make.
You're violating my
To ID you.
constitutional rights, and you know it. And I'm not gonna let you. I'm not gonna let you. Please let me finish my car wash. I'm not doing anything
I'm
wrong.
gonna tell you. I'm gonna call my sergeant.
Yeah, please do, bro. Please do, because you're violating my constitutional
Well,
rights.
it's not violating nothing, dude.
So the point at which Officer Tackleberry now shows up and they start to surround this guy. The Fourth Amendment is clearly implicated at this time. Any reasonable person under the circumstances would feel like they are not free to leave now. For that to be justified under the Fourth Amendment, it would have to satisfy the test for what's called a Terry stop, or an investigative detention, basically. Sort of like a traffic stop, but it's not, because you're at a car wash, you're on foot. For a Terry stop to be lawful, a police officer needs reasonable suspicion. In other words, the officer needs specific, objective facts, not just a hunch, indicating that there has been a crime or
what they got is a hunch.
He violated
Yeah, what they got is a hunch. They don't have facts. They just got a hunch that what he was handling was drugs.
Right. So they making a crazy assumption. I mean, see, that's bullshit too, because the off duty seeing something from far away, but he guaranteeing or he's speaking like it's a fact is crazy.
Some sort of violation of law. The officer performing this stop must be able to clearly explain observable evidence that justifies the stop. No hunches are allowed. Vague feelings or unsupported intuition, i.e. looks suspicious, is not allowed. Here, what information does the officer have? All he knows is this: an off-duty officer relayed to him that he saw something being exchanged between a black guy in a Cadillac and this guy that he's talking to. He's implying that this could be drugs. How does he know it's drugs? Well, I guess he has a hunch, or he thinks it looks suspicious. Let's just assume that, okay, he has reasonable suspicion. It just allows them to look into what the allegations are. And so here he approached the guy, and the guy initially answered his questions. He said he works with the black guy. He said that the guy gave him a cigarette, that there was nothing nefarious going on. The guy also rightfully pointed out, why don't you go talk to the black guy? Because he hadn't done that yet. At one point, he does go talk to the black guy.
That's
and it
crazy.
appears that that conversation corroborated this guy's story, that it was just perfectly normal legal car wash activity.
You know that guy down there at that stall?
Look, but he worked with me. That's what just surprised me, because I ain't never seen him in trouble.
You never seen him in trouble before?
I never seen him in trouble. Yeah, I worked with him.
Were you over there?
When I pulled in, I seen him over there. He walked up to my car, and I asked him what he was doing. He said, washing his car. But that's
What's your first name?
Ronnie.
Ronnie? Like R-O-N-N-I-E? I-E?
R-O-N-N-I-E. Is there a reason why I'm giving you my name?
Well, so earlier.
Did he say something?
No, well, we're not quite there yet, all right?
Okay.
So what's your date of birth? You don't got nothing on you?
Oh, no, hell no.
What's your date of birth?
I literally stay right here.
Well, here's the issue where we're at, right?
Okay.
Did you hand him anything?
Oh, no. I pulled up, gave him a 5. He told me he worked yesterday. Because I called in yesterday. My grandma passed away.
Yeah.
So I was in Detroit at a party. But when I pulled in, he noticed me, actually.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because everybody noticed the Cadillac. So when I pulled in, like, hey, run ahead. Pulled up, whoop, gave him 5. Told him, I'm going to pull right here. Told him when he done, come holler at me.
You gave him a 5?
A 5.
Like a $5? Oh.
No, 5.
5?
So when I pulled, I told him, I said, when I'm done with my car, if you still right there, we'll kick it before you leave, because I'm about to be up here for a minute. I'll stay all day, clean my car, vacuum out. You know what I'm saying?
So you got the whole kit in there already?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'll keep everything.
So herein lies the issue. All right, got off duty that was here.
Right.
And it states a male in a black Cadillac
Let me put this out, man. I don't want to go in there.
handed him a baggie full of white
Search
stuff.
this car if you want to. I don't want you to, but you can search this car if you want to. He ain't give me shit.
You didn't hand him
I ain't
anything?
give him shit.
I
ain't give him nothing. He ain't give me nothing. It was a quick 5, boop. I pulled right here, got the wash, and I seen y'all flying in.
We don't have a dog on.
So I literally just called my boss.
Did you?
I called my boss. I said, Jake, him that.
Well, that's where we're at right now. Okay,
Right.
so that's why I'm over here talking to you.
Yeah, oh, I understand.
And I got to do my job here to figure out
But
what's
yeah,
going on.
I only knew him for like about a month. He just started working with us. I work for Busy Beaver.
Take a
That
puff.
did not satisfy
That damn
these
cigarette
cops.
gone, but
They weren't going to
take
take
it
no
out.
for an answer. The officer claims that he has PC. What he's referring to is probable cause. Like when the cops have a drug dog sniff around the car and the dog
Right.
allegedly alerts on the car, thus
Allegedly,
giving the
right.
officers
You gotta
probable
understand, 'cause
cause.
I done, bro. I'm dog alerted, so that means we could search. That dog didn't alert shit, bro. Your ass just making stuff up. I'm telling you, bro. Cops, they gonna bend that law, bro. They gonna bend that law in their favor, bro.
To search the vehicle. No drug dog has sniffed this vehicle. This officer hasn't observed any drugs. We just have this tip from this off-duty officer that he saw something suspicious. In other words, he had a hunch. That is not probable cause. The one wise thing that this officer did is stop what he was doing before it escalated any further, and he's going to go call his supervisor.
So I talked to Stocker on the phone. He said he witnessed a black Cadillac, the guy driving that, hand this guy a substantial amount of something white baggy, right? So the minute I roll up on this guy's already giving me an attitude. I said, listen, I got enough PC. I said, what'd that guy hand you? Oh, he just handed me a cigarette. I said, no, that's not what the off-duty scene. He won't give me his ID, nothing. He's being, like, verbally, like he doesn't cooperate. Stalker was in the car wash here, and he observed a black Cadillac pull off, give this guy a white baggie with a substantial amount of white stuff in it, whether pills or something else. And he said he's seen it clear as day. Stock, is that right?
Yeah, oh yeah, yep.
Then he brings the off-duty cop into the conversation, and he has a name that is ironically close to the word stalker. And Officer Stalker is adamant that he saw something suspicious.
Yeah, because he's got something on him. I literally saw him hand it to him.
Yeah, so I went to look inside the truck from the window, and he was like spraying over top of the dang truck, so I couldn't see him as I was coming to call you. But I think he has
Now you
something.
want to just start saying shit, bro. He was in the middle of washing his car. You can't say, oh, he started spraying his window because I walked up. He was already doing that. Like, that's crazy, bro. He definitely spinning the narrative for sure, bro. And plus, he don't even know what's going on. It's a pretty much he said, she said type situation. You don't know what's going on. You just pulled up and you
Pieces,
are
bro.
following up on what that off-duty said. So, he could be lying. That's the problem. He can lie. There's nothing to lie. Because guess what? A lie don't care who tell it. So whether you're a cop or you just a civ, bro, it don't matter.
At this point in time, what do you think?
I would say, if I saw that on the dope unit, that's PC to search all day.
Bro, you got the iPhone 6. iPhone.
Hold on 1 second.
Small ass iPhone. When was this? In 2020. Looking sure.
2024.
Don't get him back. Don't let him back in that truck. You stay out. You stay out of the truck at this point in time. You're detained. You're detained. All right.
I'm not leaving.
Don't get in that truck. I'll call you. All right. Don't let him in that truck. All right. Don't let him in that truck. Get him out of that truck.
Oh, you're jammed up now, man. Yeah, you are.
Hey.
The guy gets in his truck. Now this officer makes the decision to make it clear that this man is seized under the Fourth Amendment. Now he's fully invested in the allegation that this guy must have a bag of drugs on him somewhere. Mind you, they still don't even know who this guy is.
Step out of that truck. Get your hands up.
So they didn't even get his
Put your
name
hands
or
up.
nothing. They
Get
just.
out of this truck. At this time, you're detained. You got a dog on him?
I'm not going for anything.
Listen, you're detained. You're getting out of this truck. You're getting out of this truck. You're absolutely getting out of the truck. 5-9, can I get another unit up here?
I don't care.
Get your hands up. Yeah, it's on. Get it. Don't put your hands anywhere. Don't put your hands anywhere. He just got in the truck. He's not getting out. Do not go. You're not going nowhere.
I didn't do anything wrong. I got a cigarette from a guy. You're coming up here doing this to me.
You're right. I got police officer witness.
Fuck that police officer witness, bro. That is not. I'm not getting it, bro.
You don't have police
saying,
officers.
Just because you say this officer said that don't mean it's true.
You ain't got no facts to back it up.
He could easily the off duty. He could have just said, "I think I seen him exchange this or that." Not, "Oh, he did this. It wasn't a white bag. It's this and that." Like, at the end of the day, bro, you just going off of this officer. What he think he saw, bro. Like, at the end of the day, that's not even.
Hey man, fuck the bullshit, bro. Call that off-duty officer back out there, bro.
She gonna just keep saying that's what he saw, bro. At the end of the day, but I just feel like for them to be like this amped up just tells me that they automatically assume that he's guilty of what that off-duty said. He's not an innocent person. He automatically guilty because the off-duty officer said, excuse me, that's what he saw.
You're getting out of the truck. You're getting out of the truck. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. I got enough here to search you and detain you. At this point in time, absolutely.
Off of somebody else's word, that means he can search and detain you. Off of somebody else's word.
Well, we'll figure that out here in a minute.
Hey, you see what that sticker say right there?
Word. On the truck.
On his truck, yeah. That look like some Blue Lives Matter thing.
It say back to
Search
blue.
blue.
Yeah. He fucked
Back to
with
blue,
Yeah,
and y'all treating him like this.
That's crazy. I didn't even realize
Wow,
that sticker either.
bro.
I didn't realize that sticker.
I seen blue and I seen the flag. I was like, that look like some, Blue Lives Matter sticker.
I don't want you reaching for nothing.
Why are you harassing me?
I'm not harassing you. I'm talking to you. You're the ones being uncooperative. You wouldn't let me. Okay. You think I just randomly show up here for no reason? You think I just showed up here for no reason?
Low key, hell yeah. You showed up for no reason.
I would have said yes. I would have said yes. You have no.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna talk to you, dude. I'm trying to tell you what I have. And you're not being cooperative. I have enough to detain you, and I have enough PC to search your
You have a
vehicle.
witness. Do you have facts?
Why don't you roll your window down a bit? Okay, well, you're not going anywhere. Okay, you're not making it look good. If
He
it's just a
could.
cigarette,
He
we
actually
could be
could.
already done by now. You're telling me it's a cigarette. He's telling me otherwise. I talked to him just a minute ago on the phone. Put your unit in front of this truck. Huh? What's that? No, that's on you.
No, that's on you, bro.
Not on me. It's not on me.
Really, you gonna hold him for a cigarette? See, that's crazy. Now, a lot of people probably gonna be in this comment section outraged. Not in my comment section, but like of this video, outraged because he's not cooperating. But this man just exercising his rights. That's all he doing. But some people were like, if you just cooperated, you could have just, and it was just a cigarette, you could have went on about your business. Bro, it's not about that. Why do y'all feel like just because you lay down for a police officer, like, dude, you getting violated? Some people don't want to be violated, bro. At the end of the day, they gonna stand up for themselves. They ain't gonna just be like, well, the cop said that I was speeding, so let me go ahead and take this ticket right here, bro. Yes, you can fight it in court, but at the end of the day, it's low key gonna be that cop word over yours. So he could be completely lying, saying that you was speeding, but the whole time you was driving the speed limit. Now, the only way you could debunk that is if you got your own dash cam and shit like that, and then you could show, like, no, I wasn't speeding. This is so they gonna take his word over that, bro. Maybe they gonna look at his fucking dash cam and see, and maybe that could debunk it as well. But it's gonna be that officer word over yours, bro, every time. So people just want you to follow police orders and shit, and the whole time they violate you. That's crazy.
So if you got nothing, then you got nothing to worry about. We can be done by now. What's your first name? What is it? Jake? What's your last name? Spell it. I can't hear you through this window.
The window fogging up too, cause he ain't got the car on. His hot ass breath got the whole car hot box right now.
Keep your hands up.
How the fuck, man?
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. Listen, the guy gave me a fucking cigarette, and now you're here doing all of this over a guy giving me a cigarette.
Well, if that's the case.
Realize that's going to fall on you.
No, it's not going to fall on me.
Yes, it is, because now you're violating my rights.
I'm not violating your rights.
Constitutionally, you can't just walk up on me and ask me for anything.
Station 2.
I wasn't doing anything wrong. I was sitting here fucking washing my truck. So you guys can go ahead and go about your day.
Cops like to say what authoritarians always say: you have nothing to worry about if you're not hiding anything. When these cops have these "We the People" tattoos on their forearms and stickers on their truck, it's all bullshit. This is how they really feel. If you're not doing anything wrong, you have nothing to worry
Call
about.
him out.
So if you got nothing, then you got nothing to worry about. We can be done by now.
If there's nothing in your truck, I want to search it, though. No, what are you talking about? Now, okay, so now you just want to go ahead and violate my rights even further.
How are we violating your rights?
Because you want to search my stuff.
Why wouldn't you want the cops to search your vehicle? Look what they do to this guy. They end up pulling him out of the car after threatening to bust his window, putting him in handcuffs, putting him in the back of the police car so that they can then search his truck. And they basically tear his truck apart.
I don't know. I mean, I'm relying on Stocker. He works for DTF, so a little bit of weed. Yeah. I never.
The guy in the Cadillac was still there when I went to get my gloves.
They ransack it looking for this white bag that the off-duty officer who was conveniently
So y'all ain't
absent
find the white
allegedly
bag.
saw.
Why are y'all
They
still
can't find
searching?
it. They can't find it anywhere. They're going through all
Exactly.
this guy's stuff in his truck. They refuse to believe that he doesn't have drugs in his car.
That's
So it
because
goes on.
that off duty said that he had drugs, so they refuse to believe that. They want to find that. That's their goal. They want to find that.
Their goal is to find
They're
that
not.
shit.
They're not trying to be like maybe Officer Stalker or whoever he mistaken it. They automatically think, oh, because this motherfucking cop said he had that on him, is a fact. That really was a white baggie. They're not trying to debunk it. They want a white baggie.
My brother wouldn't lie type shit. Like
That's crazy.
it's a white
Yeah,
baggie
that's
up in it.
crazy, bro. That's crazy.
On and on and on. Meanwhile, they do this. They've muted their body cams to hide evidence, so we can't hear what they're doing. Eventually, they turn the body cams back on, and they're still searching in this truck, and they're just beside themselves because they can't find it.
They tore that man
And this
apart.
guy's adamant. He keeps saying, "You have got to find it," because he knows he needs it to cover his own ass, because he's done all this for no reason. He just took his
Me,
buddy's
bro, I
word.
do not dislike the cops because I know people, and it'd be crazy because I get a mixture of comments. It'd be like, "You're a bootlicker." Then it'd be like, "You just hate cops." So I'm like, "Damn, which one is it? Which one is it, bro? I hate cops or I'm a bootlicker. Which one?"
I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say, can I say some shit? Because I watched the
Right, wrong
Hodge.
is wrong, bro. That's just how
I watched the Hodge twins, and I know for a fact somebody they gonna quote me on this shit, whatever. I go through their comments. I go back to their videos and their comments and shit. Don't nobody, none of y'all motherfuckers be in their comments saying any shit like that to them. But let it be some small content creators like
I
us.
said the same
and
thing, bro. I said it in a video already. I said, small content creators, bro, we be getting hit with all the BS, bro.
They want to BS us, bro. But
'Cause I
go
said-
to like
but also
Hodge
I
twins,
said-
people that got millions, and that shit ain't gonna
That's
happen.
because they got a core fan base, so everybody gonna be like pretty much. Most of their fan base is gonna be on their side. Whatever they say is gonna be like, they supporting it. When you building up, and most of our videos, they gonna hit the recommendation. Like 90% of my views come from people that's not sub. So that alone right there tell you 90% of my views are from people that are not subbed. So it's all new people watching. So they come in there and they be like, they say all that crazy stuff because they're not supporters. They're just people that the video got recommended to and they clicked on it and that. Now,
And so
once you
y'all
build that
hating.
core, once you build that core support, then you be good. Like all your videos you drop, you ain't gonna really see no
know
negative
something?
comments. You gonna be seeing all.
You wanna know
positive
something
shit
crazy?
for the most part.
You wanna know something crazy, bro? The same ones that was feeding you that BS shit in your comments. Once you build that
Oh
core
yeah,
fan,
you already know how that shit
they
going.
gonna jump on that wagon, bro.
Exactly.
They gonna
That's
jump
all
right
it
on
take.
that
That's all
wagon.
it take, bro. Once they see the numbers going crazy, bro, everybody gonna be, oh man, I was there when you had only da da da. That's how that shit goes.
Aren't you the
Word for it,
same one that was
that
like, you
his
don't know what
buddy
the
saw
fuck you
something
talking about?
suspicious. His buddy didn't know for sure that that was drugs. It could have been anything that was white in color, even
Exactly.
assuming he's telling the truth. It could have been a white bag of quarters for the car wash. It could have been car wash supplies. It could have literally been everything. But it was a black guy in a Cadillac who gave it to him. So that's what they're not saying. But that's why these cops, these authoritarians, believe that that was suspicious. They're not going to write that down, but that's what they're all thinking. It's got to be here. The drugs have got to be here.
We'll go through that. See, at least I'm even nice. I could just be like, fuck it. This video is already complete. And just upload it. I'm gonna sit there and chop them ads out, bro. So y'all ain't even gotta, deal with that.
Good enough. How much?
Just a tiny smidge.
Oh, where's the, I want to find this bag, though. Okay. So,
I won't find this bag though.
Seen a hand-to-hand bag of a substantial amount of either pills or white stuff. He saw that, that's why I got the call. He's in the car wash off.
Yeah, those stuff.
Kid, so there's something's in here. I think you're right. I think he's crotched.
Well, that's what I was going to say. That's what I was going to ask. Is did he crotch it?
So this is their explanation for what really happened. The guy must have shoved the drugs up one of his orifices. And if they arrest him, they'll take him to jail where he will be strip searched and guards will check those orifices and find the missing baggie. Mind you, no member of the public had called 911, had requested their help, had reported that a crime had occurred. Nobody needed them. These two guys were just washing their vehicles. And look at how many cops, how many authoritarians are trying to hem everybody up, to search their orifices, to get them prosecuted. Do you think that guy's having second thoughts about his Back the Blue sticker on his truck?
Did you stash it between your legs or down in your... No, dude.
I was gonna rip that shit right off my window, bro. Not to get into it like that. On 3, 4 body cams, hey, I rip that shit right off my window. Nigga gonna get a sticker saying fuck the blue.
Oh God.
I know, it's fine. Go ahead. So, right here. What we're trying to say is if there is something in there and you bring it into a jail, that's a whole separate charge. We're trying to stop you from that charge. I don't have anything.
Okay. We got a tow truck out here for this.
So y'all still gonna send him to jail?
Are we?
I'd like to find. Y'all ain't find shit in his car, in his truck.
Tow yard. I hate to have the tow yard get it and then they find it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we've hit a dog. We've all looked in it. We've looked underneath of it. I'd look around, outside around here. I just find out
But you know what I found interesting? When I went to look in that window over there, he sprayed over the top of the truck like hitting it.
This video is actually really long, so I had to cut a bunch of it out, but I will link the full uncut footage at this guy's channel where he originally posted these things. So you can watch the entire thing if you want to. And he provided very little information, but I was able to piece together that when they took him to jail, he said nothing was found on me. No softball-sized bag of white stuff, like they said. No baggie at all was found. Somebody had asked, are you going to file a lawsuit? He said, yes, I'm pursuing an attorney now to do so. It sounds like they are still trying to
plan, bro. He said, file a lawsuit on that.
Jam him up. Criminal charges are still pending, even though they apparently found nothing. Somebody asked him who were the officers and the department involved here, and he said that this was the St. Clair County, Michigan Sheriff's Department. Cronkite Reeves was the officer, and the off-duty officer was Stalker. But Cronkite was the arresting officer. So their theory was wrong. Apparently there was no bag up any of his orifices. So where is the bag? He just outsmarted them. It's still hidden somewhere on that vehicle. Nobody can be innocent in their eyes when they have a hunch. Exactly. Unfortunately, a lot of times the courts don't care.
Bro, like, just because an officer off duty said that's what he saw, this man is guilty. Like I said, they off the rip treat him like he guilty. He not innocent until proven guilty. He went out there and he said, well, we gonna find this. Like, that shit crazy, bro. And that's some scary shit, bro. That's scary situation to be involved in, bro. If somebody could easily lie on you like that and you got the cops pull up on you like that and they throwing you in the back of the car, you detained, you got to go through all this processing and shit like that just for it to be a lie. That's crazy, bro.
Bro,
when officers violate the Fourth Amendment.
If I know I ain't got shit on me, bro, I wouldn't care. I'd be like, y'all go and cuff me, put me in the back of the truck. And they be like, okay. Over with for real, bro. Yeah.
Because look,
you
lawsuit,
you believe that?
off the rip, bro.
I know that.
Violate my rights and all, bro.
And perform an illegal search, so long as their hunch was correct and they actually did find the drugs. Where they have problems is where they don't find the drugs, where they were wrong. Here, it appears they were wrong. They end up taking an innocent guy to jail who was not found with any bag of drugs. He was abused. He's still being drugged through the criminal justice system, probably on some sort of BS obstruction or resisting charge, despite the fact that he had no drugs. I think maybe he...
But okay, in this situation right here, that would be a drug transaction right there. So why the black guy didn't get arrested too? You seen the black guy hand him something. Both of them should be in cuffs. Both of them should be in cuffs at that point, not just the white male that, you know. So that off the rip don't make no sense. If I was to sit
let
here,
the black guy
a little exchange like this with, you know, any person like that, and an officer seen that, we both getting locked up. That literally is look, I just now passed over some shit and I accepted whatever it came with. Even if I just hand him something, we both in trouble, bro. So it don't make any sense how the black guy didn't get arrested too, but hey.
He had some sort of outstanding warrant related to child support, so he may not have a false arrest claim if he does file a lawsuit, if that's the case. Although if they didn't have the right to forcibly obtain his identification, he wouldn't have been arrested. But as far as the main point of this video goes, while there was a tip from what the courts would consider a credible source, a police officer, that tip was not corroborated. When they got there, the guy initially explained who the black guy was. The black guy also explained who the white guy was. They had no reason to believe that they were not co-workers. The officer saw something that he thought was suspicious, but there was no proof of that. There was nothing to corroborate that. The white guy said it was a cigarette. The black guy was not even specifically asked about a cigarette. It could have been anything. He said he gave him 5. Maybe the off-duty officer saw wrong. Maybe he was lying. Maybe he's not credible. And I don't think it's enough. I'd like to know what you think. Do you think this was a racial profiling stop, a case of harassment, or is it more like this guy wasn't complying and got what he deserved? And if you don't have anything to hide, you should just cooperate with the police. And if you like going through...
That's how most people gonna look at it, that last one. If you ain't have nothing to hide, why you ain't cooperating?
Yeah.
That's how they gonna look at it. But like I said, not everybody gonna lay down and let the police violate them, bro.
He got violated.
Just because
washing his car.
You know you innocent, don't mean to let them violate you. Like, man, I got pulled over for stealing my own car, but the whole time, that situation, my car was never reported stolen. That means I would have reported it stolen. That's for one. For two, these officers had somebody else pulled over on the side of the road. So I drive past their little, like, I seen them actively on the side of the road with somebody. So I drive past them. So I'm guessing they most likely was done with that person. So I'm driving, but every turn I make, I see them right behind me. So I'm like, bro, what the fuck? I'm not speeding. I'm not doing that wrong. So I was like, man, I ain't finna get pulled over. But I'm seeing I'm making these frequent turns and they still behind me, following me. I'm like, okay, they finna pull me over. Mind you, they had somebody else pulled over. They ain't pulled me over for speeding, not using no turn signals, none of that shit, because I was using them. When he came to the window, I rolled my window down. Hey, this car reported stolen. Can I see your registration and license? I'm like, cool. We about to debunk that right now. I grab my registration, grab my license. This man literally don't look at neither one of them and say, all right, you good to go. But they had the flashlights all in the back of my car looking like, mind you, my window's not tinted. So what the fuck is you looking in there for? I was violated. That's simple as that. Like me, like if I cause a scene right there, I got every right to, because I got violated. How did I steal my own car? I didn't call the police and say, hey, my car reported, my car is stolen. He was just bored. They was just bored or whatever. Maybe seeing that I was black. I don't know. I ain't even going to leave it at. I ain't even going to say that. I ain't going to make it a racial thing. But it didn't make any sense. It didn't make any sense at all. And like I said, my window's not tinted, so they see me. They see me when I drove past, bro. Like, that's just that. So, what was the reason for them stopping me? Boredom? I'm going to just label it that. I don't know. But the fact that you came up with the excuse that my car was stolen didn't even make no sense, bro. So, that's the thing, bro. Some people, they're not going to sit there and just let officers do whatever because they tell you, like, oh, this is that going on. Yes, it can speed up the process, but some people don't care, bro. They got all day. Clearly, that man had all day. He was ready to argue with them all day, bro. He was at the car wash trying to wash his truck, bro. He had all day. That's that. He had all day for them, bro. It sucked. He got locked up and he got to go through all this, but hey, sometimes shit be out your hands, bro. Now you ain't got no choice but to go through all this, and then hopefully all them charges they be dropped and he can go on and live his life, bro. Without, well, shit, he might get a little nice little he might get a nice little penny from filing that lawsuit. So he definitely gonna be living his life. He gonna buy a whole new truck on the ad, bro. Like
these sorts of interactions. Please subscribe both here.
But all right, man. That's the end of that one. We finna get on to these next one, bro.